What's poppin', everybody? Welcome in. This is VeerNation.com. Welcome back to the video, guys. And today we're going to be ranking NFL divisions for this upcoming season. Like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like and that subscribe button. Make sure to join that Discord and follow me on Twitch. Both links will be in the description. And if you guys haven't checked out our NFL Fantasy on ESPN, make sure to go check that out. If you guys want to play, make sure you guys sign up on ESPN. There will be a link in the description as well, where you only need your email and password to join. Very much appreciate y'all's support. And if you guys are ready, make sure to go check out our shop, which we'll go ahead and get into in just a few moments here. But like I said, I appreciate your support, and without further ado, let's get it going for today. If you guys haven't checked out our shop yet, make sure to please do so. The link will be in my description. Also, you guys can check it out on our Discord. If you guys haven't joined that yet, make sure to please do so as well. And make sure you guys hit this redeem code up here on your final purchase or whatever deal that we're on. Right now, we're on 25% off the shop. That will change eventually, so make sure to go check that out. Get every 25% off all the store or whatever code that we're on, or whatever redemption that we're on there, and you guys can get some awesome stuff. We have shirts, we have t-shirts, we have aprons, we have long sleeve shirts, we have coffee mugs, we have pants, we have matching outfits, all that fun stuff. And you guys can get it in 3 different logos here. We have the Money Lord Tradition logo, we have the Money Lord Nation logo, and we have the Money Lord Sign logo all by itself. And we have everything available for you guys in all different platforms, all that stuff. Like I said, if you guys are ready, hit my link in the description, check out our store. I really do appreciate y'all, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get things going here. Alrighty folks, so I'm pretty sure everything is pretty simple explanatory here. I don't think I really need to explain much other than let's just go ahead and hard wrap into it, huh? So we got the tier list here. We got the first place. I know I think the last time I did this last year, I had some like definitions of like smart things I had to say about each division, but you know what, it is what it is here. So we got first, second, third, fourth. Like I said, I think I put a little bit more English into this last year, but who cares, we're on this now. So let's say first, let's go ahead and start with the AFC East, which probably would be one of the most easiest divisions to rank this year. I mean, but Buffalo's gonna be first because they're just the Bills, and they're just by far the best team in this division. Then I'll go with the Patriots at second, of course, and then these two teams are tough because both of these two teams I think are going to be terrible this year. And we'll go ahead and get to our record predictions, over/under predictions. We'll go ahead and get to that in just a few moments here. I'm gonna give this last to the Jets just because I just think they have more of a I don't know. I think both teams are gonna suck. I think they're gonna be sorry. I might just give the side to the Jets just because I just believe them just a little bit more, and then we're gonna give it to the Dolphins in last because I just don't think the Dolphins are gonna be a good team at all. I mean, I think the roster is just lackluster, and it just kind of feels like A-Chain's all by himself. You know, it is not him producing. I don't think anybody's producing. Meanwhile, for the Jets, I mean, they still have Garrett Wilson. They still have a couple other guys I like down there. So I'll give the slides to the Jets. So, but by far the Patriots and the Bills are by far the best 2 teams in the division. Now it's time for the AFC North, which I think this division's pretty easy too. I mean, I don't think there's definitely an argument that you could be made here. Baltimore is definitely going to be finishing first though, because Baltimore is just the best team in this division. They've been the best team in this division for a long time now. It's just unfortunate that they couldn't really do anything these last couple years because you know they've been dealing with some injuries and things of that nature. It's just been tough last couple seasons for Baltimore, but I do think they finished back at the top. Second place, it gets hard. I'm kind of like in between the middle between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Well, I already know Cleveland's finishing last. That's what I do know because that team is not young enough. I mean, they're not experienced enough. I think that team is trying to, based on what I said last video, I think they're really trying to build towards the future rather than building for right now. So I think the Browns are still going to finish last. Question is, was these two I've been going back and forth with between first and second. I'm at second and third. I think I'm gonna go with Cincinnati for third just because I think they have more pop in their offense a little bit, and I do think their defense has upgraded a little bit to at the point that I don't think it's going to kill them all season the way that it has in previous years. And I'll go Steelers in third, like I said, because there's no question, you know, that's always a 500 team every year. That's what you're getting out of them. The Steelers are like one of those pain in the ass type teams. So one of those teams that'll make you work extra hard for you to win football games. So we'll see. That's a tough division to rank, but I think this is what I'm going to go for right now. AFC South, like I said, probably one of the worst divisions in football. I mean, it's right there with the NFC South, of course. But yes, I am going to pick the Houston Texans to go back to winning that division. I think they are clearly the best team in that division. But I just worry a little bit about their offense. That's the only thing I've been worrying about the Texans for years to come, and I mean the years to go, and right now for even years to come, because that's just the only thing about their offense that just sucks. Their defense is incredible. It is just their offense that's just piss poor right now. So they got to fix that up, but they made some additions this offseason, so I like that. Jacksonville for me, still going to finish in second. Yes, I know I called them a loser in the offseason, and likely so. I mean, I think they are a loser. I think they lost majority of their they lost majority of their stuff. Majority of their guys from last year, but they still have Trevor Lawrence. They still have their coach. They still have a couple pieces that I like in there. So I think Jacksonville will just do another finish in second. And these two I just don't know, because I don't know how healthy Daniel Jones is going to be for the Colts. I don't know when he's going to come back. I'm gonna give the slides to Tennessee right now, because I think Tennessee had a pretty good damn offseason, and I think their offense is going to do a lot better under Cam Ward this year, because Cam Ward's kind of like more fit into the system now. And I'm going to put the Colts in last, because they did trade Michael Pittman Jr. away, which I did not like that deal once and forever for Indy. Daniel Jones is still questionable, and kind of like Miami situation, it just kind of feels like it's Jonathan Taylor running the show all by himself for right now. So and it kind of feels weird, because Indiana was actually really good last year before Daniel Jones got hurt, and then all of a sudden all this losing happening. So it's tough for Indy, but that just is what it is. Now we have the AFC West here, another tough division to rank here, because it's just tough. Like, I know the Raiders are going to finish in last, and listen, hear me out. The Raiders are just kind of like in the same situation as the Cleveland Browns. I called them a winner this offseason because they were a winner. They did everything that they need to do. The Raiders are more focused about what's coming up for them in the future. They're not really a right now win team. I do think they're going to get better than what they were last year, and I think they're going to progress with Ashton Jeanty, Brock Bowers, because remember, the Raiders actually do have a lot of key pieces on offense that I actually like. I'm just more worried about their defenses out of the ball and how they're going to play it then. So yeah, I do think the Raiders will finish last year, but the other three is just tough. I'm going to go the Chargers for third, because I just don't think that team is... I just don't think they've really done enough to the roster to really make them feel like an actual contender. It clearly, when last season, kind of felt like they needed that number one wide receiver, and we saw the Patriots do that. We saw the Bills do that. It just didn't feel like the Chargers did that. It just kind of feels like the Chargers just sticking with the core they got right now and just hoping that it works. Yes, they do have an awesome head coach to have a chance of being that happening, but I just think the Chargers really need to upgrade their roster just a little bit more, and I don't think they did that. So I'll put them in third. The number one spot's tough, because something's telling me the Chiefs are going to have a bounce back year, because they got Kenneth Walker, Kelsey's coming back, Mahomes looks like he could be back week 1. But at the same time, Denver's defense is absolutely phenomenal. That defense is one of the best defenses in football, if not the best defense in football. And I can just see Denver winning this division again, because they upgraded their roster. Actually, I'm going to play it safe for now. I'm going to put Kansas City at number 2, and I'm going to put Denver at number 1. The only reason I'm going to go Denver from number 1 for right now is because I can trust their offense just a little bit more now. They got Jayden Waddle this offseason. Really like that addition for them. Bo Nix looks like he has a good enough offensive role with them, even though their offense was questionable last year, but they didn't have that number 1 wide receiver. I think Jayden Waddle, he was pretty damn good last year when he was with Miami, so I kind of expect him to be good with Denver. So I'm going to get the Denver slash for right now. Plus the Chiefs' uncertainties with Rice, Worthy, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to leave with Denver for that one. Now moving on to the NFC side of the board, we have the NFC East, and actually this division's actually got a lot harder to rank, because just the uncertain, like, you would think the Eagles would run away with the number 1 seed, but at the same time, I can't really promise you that, because they did lose AJ Brown as a really big part of their offense. Plus their offense was pretty bad last year compared to their Super Bowl year when it was really good. So I don't know what kind of version of the Eagles that we're going to get. And I think the Giants have improved. I think the Giants are getting better. Dallas, you already know, they're out of their offense. Washington, I mean, that team's all right, but it just depends on what kind of injuries or can everybody stay healthy. I mean, it's about definitely Dane Daniels. So this is a tough division to rank here, but if I am being honest, I think the Eagles still come away with that top spot. I'm gonna put the Eagles in first, but I'm not really too comfortable about that. I'm gonna put Dallas in second. I think Dallas comes really close to Philadelphia. I like their offense a lot. I think their defense is the main thing that's kind of making their team from not a really a Super Bowl contender. It's their defense, but they may moves this offseason trying to upgrade their defense. I just don't know how. Just don't know what the ending result's going to be in that. And then I'll go Giants for number 3, because I mean Malik Neighbors should be coming back. I'm not sure. They have a good young core. Cam Scattergood, Dak Jackson, Dart. They got John Harbaugh now as the head coach. I like that for sure. They got Isaiah Likely now. I like that young core that they have down there in New York. And last place we got Washington. But the thing is for Washington, I don't think Washington. How do I put that? I don't think Washington's gonna be a bad team. Like I think they could be like a 7-win team and still finish last. Like I just think this division is gonna be tough. Like everybody's gonna be neck to neck. The only problem I have with Washington is just because I just don't think they have as much as talent as the other 3, because they have Jane Daniels. I don't know what we're gonna see from Deebo Samuel. I just don't know what we're gonna get out of Washington. So I'll put him in last. I'm probably gonna get shot for that in the comments, but it is what it is. Next up, we got the NFC North here, and this division actually got a lot harder to rank now, knowing that what each team did this offseason. The Bears, the Bears look pretty damn good last year, right? And then I think the Bears basically spent this offseason building around Caleb Williams, which you probably should do. Lions are the Lions. I mean, I know they lost David Montgomery, but they're still a pretty decent team. I mean, they only use David Montgomery at times, and they got Isaiah Pacheco this offseason to kind of fill in for Montgomery. So I don't think the Lions really lost or gained anything this offseason. Packers, yeah, I'm gonna put the Packers in last, because one thing I don't like what the Packers really did this offseason. I thought they got rid of too much and didn't get a lot in return. The Romeo Doubs deal was the hardest one for Green Bay. I didn't think they could really afford to do that, and they did do that. So I don't know what that's gonna be like for Green Bay, but it just kind of feels like Green Bay. I know that Michael Parsons, but we heard about him. He's gonna be out for at least half of the year, I think. Last time I heard, I just don't like what I'm seeing from Green Bay as a roster construction right now. And then the other 3 are just tough, because like I said, the Bears just won the division, but at the same time, like the other 2 teams here just got better. Vikings actually have a quarterback that can actually run their system. Bears defense is pretty bad though. I'm gonna put the Bears in third. I'm gonna get shot for this. I'm gonna put the Bears in third. And the only reason I'm going to is, like I said, this division could literally go either way. I guess I know the Bears are one of the most improved teams in football last year, and this could be one of those divisions that could have like 3 or 2 teams in the playoffs for them. But I'll go Bears with third, because I think their defense is a little overwhelming. I don't think it's that good, even though I do think their offense is good. But they traded away DJ Moore, so that's the. But Roma Duze, they got some good young pieces down there. I just don't know how their offense is going to be without DJ Moore. I'm going to put the Vikings in second, because I have faith in the Minnesota Vikings. I've been talking about this for years. The only reason why they're a bad team is because they don't have a capable quarterback to run their system. And now you're bringing Kyler Murray, and you're going to team him up with Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. I like that team with Kyler Murray. I think he can run that offense pretty well, so I'll put him in second. I think that was Minnesota's only problem last year, because their defense was amazing last year. And then I'm gonna put Detroit at number 1, because I just don't see anybody stopping that offense in that division. Gibbs, I mean, he's a fucking monster himself. Jared Goff was pretty good last year, and they still got their same core what they had a year ago. St. Brown, Jameson Williams. I just think that team is phenomenal. Brock Rice, Sam Laporta. I just think that team is too good. I think they'll keep the first place. Next up, we have the NFC South here, which is probably the worst division in football. I know I said that for the AFC South, but I think this NFC South is probably the worst division of football. I just have literally close to no expectations for the NFC South. I just think every team is just every team's just bland. You know what I mean? Not every team is that good. This division is actually tough to rank because not just how good these are, because how bad every team is. I don't think any of these teams are like fringe. They're like barely fringe playoff teams, or just not playoff teams. But if I had to rank them here, I'll put the Buccaneers in first because I think they have the most star power out of the four. Even though they did lose Mike Evans, but they still have Baker Mayfield, they still have Rashad White, Bucky Irving, they still have Duka, they still have. I still like their wide receiver punch even without Mike Evans. I thought we seen last year that they can still run, they can still put up points at a decent volume without Mike Evans. Um, I like the Buccaneers. I like their squad. I think they are a much better team than what we saw last year, and they were off to a really good start last year until they crumbled away and they threw the division away to the Panthers last year. So, just kind of feels like Tampa Bay should be the best team in that division here. Second place, I'm gonna go with the Saints. I'm actually gonna go with the Saints for second place. I like how the Saints ended up last year, and I like what they did in the offseason to build around what they're trying to build around this year. So I like the Saints finishing in second place. I think they'll be much better than what they were last year. Not like playoff potential type team yet. I'm not expecting the team to make the playoffs, but I'm just kind of expecting them, to be better than last year and just trying to get ready for the future there. So I like the Saints finishing second. I'm going to put the Panthers in third because I think the Panthers winning the division last year was so super special for them. So you would think going into this offseason, they would try to build a couple pieces to make them actually look like a playoff threat in the NFL, and I just don't think the Panthers did that. I don't think they match up to the hype than what they had last year, going to the playoffs and almost beating my Rams in the playoffs, which I still can't believe that happened. But yeah, it just kind of felt like they didn't really do enough. Plus, they got rid of Chuba Hubbard, so I just don't think that's a minus addition there. And then the Falcons are in last. Yes, I know Bijan Robinson's on that team, and Bijan Robinson's amazing, but I just look at this Falcons roster, and it was mediocre last year when they basically had the same core. They didn't really do anything this offseason to really upgrade that team. Therefore, I don't think the Falcons are really going to be that good of a team. Now, this could bounce back on me because this division is literally wide open. It could go either way, but I just don't like what the Falcons have been doing recently. I just don't like it. I think that team is probably the weakest team in the division, so I got them finishing last. And last but not least, we have the NFC West, which is probably the best division in football right now. Like I said, it's a tough division that could go either way here. There's a lot of incredible talent in this division. This division is going to be tough. Well, not here, not the Cardinals. We already know they're finishing last. The Cardinals just don't have a team to specifically compete with the rest of the three teams in the division. I mean, that's just the statement of facts. I mean, it's hard to say that to the Cardinals, to a team that's kind of like rebuilding and just trying to get their footsteps in the right order. But I just refuse to believe. It's just hard. It's hard to really think that they're going to be a good team anytime soon with the roster that they got. So it's kind of hard. Like I said, I apologize in advance, but it's kind of hard. And then the rest of the three teams are just hard because all three of these teams are pretty damn good. This is just a tough one here. Like the Seahawks, they lost a lot of depth last year. I mean, they still have their key pieces like JSN, Sam Darnold, but they lost Kenneth Walker. They lost some studs on defense. Even though I just think their defense is gonna be really good. But actually, I'm gonna put the Seahawks in third just because I just think they lost a lot of depth. And I know I'm gonna get fucking thrown out of this in the comments, but I just think they lost a lot of key pieces this offseason that I just don't think that they're going to be able to overcome that, especially when these two teams, I think the Niners and the Rams especially got a lot better this offseason. And I am gonna go with the Niners for second place, and I guess I can talk about these two at the same time. I'm gonna put the Niners in first. I'm gonna put the Rams as winning the division. I think the Rams right now are Super Bowl favorites. I think the Rams should be the best on paper right now. They look like the best team in football. they basically went to this offseason. They basically did everything that he needed to do to make him look like a team that's ready to win right now. Even though we caused all that last year, right? They were ready to win a Super Bowl last year, but they couldn't do it because they had some they had some inconsistency and problems on the secondary unit, and the Rams did that. They got McDuffie, they got Brown, they even got Myles Garrett, which I was never expecting, and there's even a chance that Aaron Donald comes back. So yeah, I like the Rams winning the division. They should be the best team in football this year. The Niners definitely got better this offseason. I like their additions that they got. You know, Mike Evans. I think the Niners have been chanting for years that they needed that number one wide receiver, and they did that. Mike Evans could be a big addition for them. Basically, kept majority of their other rosters. Got Trent Williams back. Got the other free agents back from the Niners. So basically, same squad with just addition of Mike Evans. I like that squad a lot. But man, putting Seattle on third, it's kind of weird, but it just kind of feels like this is just a season that we're headed towards. But like I said, if you guys want to kill me in the comments, you guys are more than welcome to. I'll go ahead and read them. I mean, it's not that big of a deal here. But like I said, if you guys already, make sure you hit the like and that subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy this video, you guys know what to do. Anyway, here, I'm out of here. Because you guys so much on time. I appreciate everybody's support. This is BearNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.